Hi friends, Paul here. Recently got a comment on one of my art book review videos asking about a good art in architecture book. Well, as far as that subject goes, I'm looking at Western architecture and the fundamentals of Western architecture as laid out in a book like this called Classical Architecture by James Stevens Curl. Any book like this that's going to go over the four orders of architecture being Ionic, Tuscan, Dorian, and Corinthian is going to put you in really good stead as a foundation for understanding and enjoying architecture, particularly if you live in a city in Europe or the United States. So let's check out the book. You know, even in the introduction here, this James Curl invokes John Ruskin. And John Ruskin, famous art and architecture artist and critic, an English artist and critic, he writes in his Seven Lamps of Architecture that architecture was the art which so disposes and adorns the edifices raised by man, or humans, that the sight of them contributes to his mental health, power, and pleasure. And the author suggests that this architecture is something more than utilitarianism and indicates a spiritual, aesthetic, and beneficial content. So right away, we're off to a really good start here. Academically, Curl is also invoking Vitruvius. I mean, these are heavyweights in architecture. Christopher Wren, at first, like any course on architecture, you're going to learn about the orders. We got the Doric, the Tuscan, the Ionic, the Corinthian, and the Composite, which is a combination of Corinthian and Ionic. And that really sets the stage for so much in architecture. The plates on this book are very good, historical diagrams, as well as photographs from all over the place in Greece, Europe, Ionic column there. But you're going to learn along the way about all the elements too of the orders, including the dentils, the architrave, the frieze. There's so many components. A very nice plate here representing, it's not mentioned in the book, folks, but this is a representation of the golden ratio or the Fibonacci sequence. You see this time and again in classical art. Not sure why James Curl didn't invoke the golden ratio or Fibonacci there, but that's what that is. And you're going to see that, of course, in the Ionic order. I mean, just look at these beautiful plates representing the Corinthian order here. Excellent entablature on these. And again, when you begin to learn about these terms, you're going to apply these wherever you go. And then he goes into historical overview on how these elements like columns, pilasters, and the different orders applied to Renaissance, to neoclassical art in Europe, especially. This book has a lot of images from Europe, but you know, this stuff's all over the United States as well. Got a section here on Michelangelo, and of course the great Palladio, which is coming up right here somewhere. Palladio is like the heavy hitter, so you're going to see a lot of examples from him. Rococo, Baroque. The Greek Revival really figures a lot in American cities, especially the early ones. In Boston, the Greek Revival is represented very much in New England cities. These are pretty interesting. These are called Caryatides, where you have these female figures as columns. I remember that from architecture history class. Pretty neat. So you're going to learn a lot in here. You're going to learn about Palladian windows. Even just the glossary section in this book is just indispensable for learning about architecture. Even you could make a book just out of this alone. Thanks for watching, everyone, and hit that thumb up icon, post your comments below, and subscribe to my channel. We'll see you guys next time.